Hey everybody, welcome back to The Witcher 2. I think it's time to go and talk to the reason that we're here. And the reason that we're here is named Iorveth. So, we're gonna go have a little chat and see what he has to say. Talking to Saskia was actually fantastic. I believe we need to go up to this area for Iorveth. And to get there is a bit confusing, but we'll fumble our way through. So yeah, talking to Philippa was actually fantastic. It gave us a lot of insight into what we should be doing and why. Whereas, you know, we were kind of fumbling around for a while in Bergen, actually, and she provided a lot of good direction. And hopefully, in the future, we can follow up on all those things that she's asked us to do. So, I don't know if Iorveth is going to give us a ton of things in addition to that, but it'll be interesting to check out regardless. So, first things first, I gotta find the guy, but I think we're on the right track here now. I'm reading the Eternal Fire short story in the Sword of Destiny. It's interesting, although it's a bit hard to follow. It's the one about the Mimic, and the Mimic's name is Dainty. And he's got this guy who's kind of cloned him, and I'm learning a little bit about these mimics. This is the first I've heard of them. And to be honest, I'm not sure the underlying plot because it was really slow moving to start. And I think that the whole story is about more of a focus on Dandelion, actually, which is kind of a change and something different from what we've experienced in the past, where everything's really battle focused. So I wish I had much more to say about it, but it's very slow moving and not a lot is actually happening at the speed with which I'm used to in that book. So, if you guys have any thoughts on the mimics, I'd be interested to hear about that. I would like to see if they incorporate that into these games at all.
Greetings, Gwynblade.
Okay, so any ideas where Letho might be?
Anything new about Letho?
No, but I wager he's somewhere on the other side of the fog. I can feel it.
Okay. And why is it that you decided to work with Letho exactly?
You haven't had a chance to explain yourself. Your alliance with Letho. This is a good time.
I suppose I owe it to you, Geralt. I don't know who they are exactly, nor who they're working for. I met Letho 2 months ago. He had escaped his pursuers in Edirn, found me and suggested we trade services. Our scouts and forest hideaways in exchange for the heads of Foltest and Henselt. A good offer to begin with that only became better when we revealed only part of our secrets.
Naturally.
It then turned out that Letho was not alone. Seret and orcs were meant to kill Henselt. My warriors were to help them. As you know, this never came to pass.
And why is it that you fight for Saskia?
Tell me about this Dwan for whom the Scoia'tael are ready to do battle.
Saskia? She's no Dwan. Certainly not like the others. You've seen her. I doubt I need to explain.
She's fighting for Apontar Valley for dwarves, elves, and humans alike. I thought you despised humans.
I may only be a warrior, but I'm no fool. This is the best we can hope for now, and it's better than the Valley of Flowers.
I wonder if he's got a little bit of an emotional attraction towards Saskia. Like, the way he says it makes me feel that that's possible. Have you ever been to the Valley of Flowers?
Have you ever been to the Valley of Flowers?
Dulblathana is nothing more than a vassal state of the Nilfgaardian Emperor. They call it the land of free elves, but the Scoia'tael are not welcome. It's another in a string of painful lessons. But a free Pontar Valley could change that. It's been 5 years since the kingdom was established in Dulblathana. Over 2,000 elves have settled there. Do you know how many children they've produced? 12 or so. It's no longer the Valley of Flowers. It's the Valley of Sterile Elders.
Okay.
I'd love to see you tell Francesca that.
You know Roche might be on the other side of that mist.
Roach could be on the other side of the fog.
In that case, I'll finally get him. I came close in Flotsam.
Have you been hunting him for long?
Been after him for a while?
Ever since he became leader of the Blue Stripes. During his first mission as commander, he ambushed one of my units, cut it down to the last elf. Surprised me for the first and last time. I've been more cautious since then.
Wow. So you swore revenge, basically.
So it's a personal matter. Vengeance, a theme straight out of Dandelion's ballads.
The safety of the Scoia'tael demands his death. Of the commanders first appointed to such units, he's the only one still alive.
I noticed there's no Temerian emblem in your collection.
We should not claim something's done when it is not.
And you know when he's gone, though, there will be others.
You do realize that a dozen others will replace him when he's gone. Possibly dirtier foes, possibly worse.
Better to have a known enemy, you say. That doesn't apply to Vernon. A more determined demon has never walked upon this earth.
It really is
The longer
personal.
he is active, the better he gets. I must put an end to it.
Interesting. I do have some other questions. What is Philippa doing in Vergen, in your estimation?
What could Philippa want? Why does she care about Vergen being free, independent?
Like all sorceresses, she likes to dabble in politics. Not one of them would hesitate to sacrifice another life if it furthered their goals.
Quite a one-sided opinion. All? None? Life's rather colorful. It's not all black and white.
Shades of grey, I think. I have no illusions about mages. You know the fate which the Queen of the Valley of Flowers reserved for the Alvan youth. Enid Anglina, known also as Francesca Finderbear, another sorceress. In exchange for the creation of an Alvan kingdom in Dol Blathanna, she sent the Scoia'tael to be butchered, while attacking Nilfgaard's foes from the rear. She had a chance to call it off. She could have opposed the Emperor of Nilfgaard and summoned the squirrels to defend the Valley of Flowers.
Why didn't she?
In the name of a higher purpose. It's what the Emperor wanted. That's why we became bandits after the war. That's why elves are dying, our young murdered by the likes of Roach. And that's why I cannot trust Philippa Eilhart.
Wow, okay. So, he is not happy about this alliance. We once knew another Scoia'tael named Yevon. Do you know him?
I once met another Scoia'tael leader.
Yevon. I knew him. He had beautiful dreams and desperately wanted me to share them. Asked the same of you, I heard.
You know a lot about me.
I try to know as much as I can. About everyone.
I'm a witcher. I remain neutral. I didn't take his side.
Perhaps that is the correct attitude. Let things run their course. It's worse if we then wonder what could have been had we acted differently.
I try to avoid that. Decisions should be evaluated before they're made, not after.
How is it that we're on the same side today?
Things change. Today I have different goals and different allies.
Do you really think that we can win this war, Iorveth?
You think you can repel Henselt's army?
No.
What do you mean, no?
The fortifications and dwarven devices are simply not enough to hold off the Kedwenis. They are just too many.
What do you plan to do?
You'll see. One thing I can promise. I won't break any pledge I've made.
Okay. So that actually helps to clear up a lot about his
Greetings.
motivations and the like. Let's actually...
Piss off.
Oh, okay. Let's review what we have going on here. So hunting magic. Talk to the townsfolk about magical locations. It says here, having been poisoned during the council meeting, Saskia was dying, and nearly everyone who supported her cause now prayed for her health. Among her allies, however, were those who did not believe in gods, or at least in divine intervention. Lady Eilhart, the kind of woman who rolled her sleeves up and started casting spells when things got tough, fit this description. So when Geralt learned that a magical artifact was one of the ingredients of the Dragon Slayer's cure, he reasoned that Philippa would be the ideal consultant. Therefore, he decided to have a chat with her at her house. One of the ingredients needed for the Dragon Slayer's cure was a magical artifact, an item radiating powerful energy. Sorcerers could not just create one on the fly, and time was against them. So the Witcher headed outside to ask around town about magical intersections, ruins, legends of any treasure. In a word, about places that he could find an item of the kind that he needed. Entering the streets, Geralt thought deeply about which townspeople would be best informed about those who liked collecting stories. I imagine the barkeep would be pretty interested in that. Stennis is kind of on hold. We need to search the ravines mentioned by the old dwarf. We also need to find... Oh, and I guess this is kind of where maybe hunting magic led us a little bit, was to find out about Triss. Search the ravines mentioned by the old dwarf. We could go and do that. The eternal battle... battle to find the banner and Vandergriff's sword. That's ongoing as well. Find a Rose of Remembrance, but we kind of need to talk and find a Triss. We could maybe use harpy traps, and we could do some of the arm wrestling stuff. So why don't we head out to the harpy location now, see where that is, and then maybe let's just review where she is in location. So yeah, it's on the way out of town, the natural way, and the harpies, they are not that way. Interesting. Okay. So we need to use harpy traps, but I don't know that we have any of these. So we may actually need to build some or buy some. Let's go back to that market area. Thing is, I don't really want to clear them all out because I may need to farm them for our armor. Let's touch base with a few of the people in here. We haven't talked to all of them.
I don't understand it at all.
Oh, another traveler. From where? Wait, let me guess.
Take a guess.
From Temeria.
Had it at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, clearly.
So, what brings you to Bergen? Wait, I know.
Business.
Just what I thought. And you're...
A witcher.
Well, well. We don't often see witches here.
She's really good at this game.
What do witches do anyway?
We solve problems.
Oh, I have a problem with my boyfriend.
Not those kind of
Did you
problems.
find his entrails strewn on the porch and his head a few paces away? Because those are the kind of problems I solve.
Alright, what do you have for sale? All junk. Literally. All just junk. I could probably get rid of some of my junk to her. Seems like this would be the appropriate place to do so. It was nice chatting.
Oh, Witcher, I'm glad I found you. I've got something for you.
We know each other?
So surprised by a stranger bearing gifts?
Yes.
Ah, you humans, egotistical barbarians you are. I was in Flotsam when the massacre started. Just accept it. I won't take no for an answer.
Thanks.
What did he give me? What? Did he just give me this axe? He may have. Interesting, to say the least.
Right.
So it's really haunted.
Greeting!
It is. Thought we had a basilisk in the basement.
Repair armor, right?
Turns
Right.
out it was
You
just
work
my
just for
wife
your
and
elves?
old-
Not just.
You don't say much, do you?
And they said you're grumpy.
Okay, so he can craft, but let's see what you have to trade. What I really need are traps, but he doesn't sell those either. Dragon scale armor, that's pretty impressive. He must be the one. Let's see. Drog armor. Here's the Oathbreaker's armor. Okay. It's 1251 orens. It's the Virgin and Black Unicorn swords. Needs cloth, studded leather, diamond dust, twine, Draugr armor fragments, which we have, thankfully. And just to buy this thing is 1251 orens. Here's the trousers. The Virgin, the Black Unicorn. Okay. So, this is our man to find the armor.
I got a
Or to buy the
serious
armor.
career
Greeting! Greeting!
A dwarf witcher. That would be something.
And no traps from her either, so kind of interesting. Let's go with a new ponytail. Let's go shave temples in the ponytail. Yep, looks good. Metro Geralt. I like it. So, let's just actually check here and see if we're missing anything. Maybe the Mysterious Merchant, actually. Might not be a bad place to look. Okay, no, he doesn't have traps either. He has some decent armor and other things. But definitely not any armor or any of the traps that we need. So now I'm wondering, what the frick? Who would we talk to? We could maybe try this craftsman. This town is like very, very confusing to get around in.
Adam.
What's this? Clad in hues of green.
I wouldn't mind a closer look at your swords.
So let's trade. There we go. Ah, there we go. Harpy traps. And he has 7. So, I need these. Beautiful.
That's supposed to be a frog, to be honest, but...
Now, is it going to show us... It doesn't actually show us where the harpy nests are, so I think it might make sense if we were to head towards Triss, search the ravines mentioned by the old dwarf, and see if on our way out there, we could potentially run into some of these harpies. And then make note of their location for farming purposes.
I had a dream. We were mining up at the face of the drive, like in the...
Sometimes it's actually...
Don't try anything.
I'll say it again.
Like, I know that...
Humans are strange.
Not to break the
Calm
fourth
down,
wall
but
here and
tomorrow-
crush immersion for a second, but...
Oh, no.
I know that sometimes,
Let's go drink, friends. I'm gonna get as drunk as a lord.
Why's that?
They stole it. The plowing bird stole it. My
Wait.
dream
we
is
help?
gone.
And then what's the grin for?
Night after night, I dreamed of my dead wife for years. Let's go for some liquor. Drinks on me.
that solves all their problems. What I was gonna say is, I was kind of just getting, like, entranced in the music a little bit before, and I know when you're watching stuff on YouTube, it gets to the point where it's like, you kind of want the person that you're watching to always be saying something, but at the same time, I think there's times when people just shouldn't say anything, and oftentimes it's during the parts where, like this is an example where I'm just running from point to point, where I feel like I could just let the game kind of speak for itself and just enjoy the music and enjoy just everything that's going on around us. But I don't know, I'd be interested to hear some of your thoughts on that, actually, because especially for games that you've played before, I know you probably just want to hear the person playing, like, constantly give their thoughts. Obviously, you don't want people to be talking to the point of annoyance, but certainly you don't want silence all the time. And I think it's in games like this where it's really thick on atmosphere. Like, you just listen to the music, you hear the elves talk, you see the world around you. It's very interesting that people would feel the need to fill that void, but who knows. We do have to find harpies, and I'm not exactly sure where that's gonna happen, so I'm hoping that by following our path out here that... Man, we're finding these, like, places of power all over the place. Now, we kind of have a fork here as well. Let's head down here. I don't need to go killing innocent free-range animals.
I might have some work for you.
Oh?
Did I hear you mention a job?
Indeed. One very much in your line. I know a collector in Vengerberg. He pays well for all kinds of monster-related curios.
Ericus venom? Necker hearts? Sounds doable.
Harpy feathers.
Oh, yeah, well, perfect.
Uh-huh. Why feathers?
I never asked. Got the order and that's that. Interested?
What kind of coin are we talking about?
Why don't we do a test? Bring me a bundle of fine feathers for which I'll pay you, and if we're both satisfied, we'll figure things out.
He's gonna want more than a bundle? That'll mean a lot of traipsing around.
A few more, yes. So?
What are you hiding from me?
I'll keep my eyes open, but no promises. I've got more important things to deal with.
It's funny because we were actually just on the trail to set some of these traps. Oh, look at all this. What do you got going on back here? That's interesting. Okay. 12 harpy feathers and deliver them to Elton. So, presumably, yeah, I was gonna say, presumably there's harpies around here. But I don't know where their nests are. Alright, so we're getting some feathers. We need 12, though. We might as well grab, well, what we can while we're here. Oh, I think this whole ravine is full of them.
Medallion's vibrating.
Oh, that was... Whoa! Why is our medallion vibrating? This rock is glowing. Oh no, maybe it's not. Instant kill, I'll take it. At least harpies are easy kills, like... I say that as I get swarmed. Alright, we must have 12 harpy feathers by now. Let's see. Would they be under crafting? We got harpy saliva, harpy... Yeah, we have 30 friggin' 2 of them.
I've got your feathers.
Wonderful. Excellent quality. Just what I needed. I'll pay for each and every one.
Yeah, you will.
If you're in need of coin, just bring me more.
Okay.
I suppose I've had to work harder for coin in the past. All right, I'll keep it in mind.
Excellent. I await your return.
60 feathers. Well, Jesus. Okay. What we're gonna do is, let's see. The harpies nested on inaccessible rocky ledges. Geralt could not climb to their abode, so he reasoned that some Witcher technology might prove useful. Decided to use harpy traps, and so he did. I wonder if maybe... Let's go and check out that rock, because maybe that's where we could use these traps. All it's, well, yeah, it says harpy nest 0 of 7. So I don't want to go and destroy them all, but yeah, like right here, right? This rock is clearly... There's clearly something going on here. What it is, I have no idea. Let's see if we get a clear indication of, where a harpy nest is. Holy fuck! It scared me.
Wonder how many more will turn up.
Okay, we've got a circle of power down there. And see, look, we got another rock here. These, I'm assuming these have to be where they are, but to be honest, I'm a bit worried that I'm not going to be able to get more traps. Because he only had 7, although maybe he will refresh. What is this? Key required. We are in a very weird spot here. Another key required. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take a bit of a break here. If you guys know and can confirm about these rocks, so that I don't have to waste harpy traps.
Danger.
Like, look again. Or maybe this is related to something else. Are there markings? Yeah, there's some markings on these as well. Are they the same markings?
The medallion again.
They are, but they might be arrows? I'm not sure, actually. Huh. So maybe those, like, I mean, that's not that's not a nest by any stretch of the imagination. You know, like, there's no way that that could be a nest, but, I'm not sure. What the hell? See, here's another one. So these must be in reference to something else, and I don't know if there are nests down here, but, I wonder what the rocks mean. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. But now we've got this guy who will take our harpy feathers from us, which is fine. We need to give him 60. I'm pretty sure he does something pretty wonky with them. I can't remember exactly what that is from Roach's side, but it's pretty bizarre, I think. But you know what? Let's take a little rest up here on this peak, and let's just enjoy our time. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you very soon, and thanks for the support. Take care. Goodbye.